Coming up, how just one tiny clue can solve a major egg theft.
Who trashed the living room? Will a crime scene reconstruction help catch the culprit?
A sniffer dog to the rescue in the case of the coffee shop robbery.
And how to catch a card cheat by the way they move their body.
Whoa, that is something I really need to know. Shane, I'm hopeless at cards. Look, I can't even shuffle properly.
OK, I see what you mean. Well, Steve, you could take a lesson from some of our expert card players, but you'll have to wait because something really bad is about to happen at Jed and Kenya's local cafe.
Hey, Kenya. Time for a snack at the coffee shop. You wait here, Rufus. I can almost taste that fruit salad. Hey! Looks like the shop's been robbed. It has! And all the money's been taken. Yeah, and I've just had a good idea. I think this is a job for Rufus the Super Sniffer Dog. Come on, boy. Let's see if we can track down the thief. He's picked up the scent already. Whoa! Look! A hat! That could be vital evidence. Let's go get it. Attaboy, Rufus. Quick, Kenya, grab the hat. Rufus has picked up another scent. And he's heading to the beach. Whoa! Where's he off to? A bandana. The thief must have been dressed as a cowboy and ditched the disguise during the getaway. Come on, Rufus. We're hot on the trail.
The world's oldest dog was an Australian cattle dog named Bluey. He lived for 29 years and 5 months. That's equal to 206 in human years.
Rufus has picked up the scent again, and we're heading towards the beach. Oh, he stopped. Looks like the trail's gone cold. And the thief's nowhere to be seen. Darn! Who knows where the thief's gone? Well, let's take a sniff around anyway. Nothing here. Come on. Let's give Rufus another whiff of the thief's scent. Attaboy, Rufus. Put that nose to work. That's it, boy. Hey, Rufus has found something. Tire tracks. Maybe the thief escaped on a push bike. In that case, we've probably lost the trail. Looks like Rufus has got another whiff of something. And now he's heading back to the beach. Go, Rufus. We're back on the trail.
Sniffer dogs can also use their highly sensitive noses to identify criminals in a police lineup. Just a quick sniff of the criminal's clothing and they work out which person the clothing belongs to. But dogs can sniff out more than people. At border checkpoints, they're used to find illegal contraband.
Right, hey, find it. Ah, come on, get it out of there. Come on.
They can even detect it if it's hidden inside a car. Nothing escapes those sensitive noses. And best of all, they enjoy their work. Those sniffer dogs really do have super sensitive noses.
Yeah, and don't forget their ears work so much better than ours too. They hear high tones that we humans can't even detect.
That's right, and they can hear sounds 4 times further away than we can.
I think that's because they have bigger ears and because they can move them around so easily.
Steve, you must have pretty good hearing then, hey?
Well, yeah, you're right. What are you saying, Shay, that I've got big ears? How's your sense of smell?
Yeah, it's really good. Wait a minute.
Did you know that dogs have as many as 18 ear-moving muscles?
Wow, that's incredible. So with their super sensitive noses and their high-powered hearing, it's no wonder they're such good crime fighters.
Speaking of which, I wonder how Rufus is going on the trail of that cafe bandit.
A thief got away with all the cafe's cash, but Rufus, our super sniffer dog, is on the case. The trail went cold in the car park, but now he's hot on the trail again. Hey Rufus, take another whiff of this to refresh the scent. And he's off. Whoa, nothing's stopping him now. He's heading straight down the beach. Either he's looking for a tasty bone, or he's... What's that? Fantastic! I bet it's the stolen cash from the coffee shop. What an incredible nose! Rufus, you legend!
Did you know that a dog's sense of smell is about 1,000 times better than a human? They have about 40 times more smell receptors in their nose than humans do. Air only passes over these sensors when dogs sniff something, and when they sniff, odour particles reach their nasal chamber. This is a highly sensitive system of skin, bone and nerves, so even the tiniest amounts of odour are detected.
We handed back the stolen cash, and as a reward, the cafe gave us monster fruit salads on the house. And a nice big serve of sausages for the cleverest pet detective of all.
A well-deserved reward, I think.
Absolutely, and you'll be pleased to know that thanks to Jed, Kenya and Rufus, police eventually arrested the cafe bandit, who's now behind bars.
That's good news, but over at Finley's house, there's a card shark who's determined to win all these gold coins by fair means or foul.
It's cards night, and the purse is a whopping 100 gold chocolate coins. But either I'm having a terrible run of luck, or more likely, someone is cheating. But who? All 3 could be suspects. Imogen is ultra competitive. Louisa just can't stand losing. And Jordan is always telling me how good he is at cards. It's another hand to Imogen. I'll deal again. My dad says you can tell a cheat by their body language. So this time, I'll watch them like a hawk and see whether the cheat gives themselves away.
Playing cards originated in China thousands of years ago. The earliest cards were made from paper. The symbols on them were often copies of Chinese coins.
The bidding's away, and the stakes are high. The cheat could be any one of my opponents. Imogen, Louisa, or Jordan. And by looking at their body language, I'll work out which one's cheating. Now, what signs should I be looking for? I know that if I haven't done my piano practice, and I'm scared about what my teacher will say, I'll fidget with my hands, cross my arms, or fiddle with my fingers. So they're the reactions I'll watch for. First, Jordan. He's as cool as a cucumber. Oh, he won again and cleaned up. But there was no telltale nervousness, so I'll cross him off the suspect list. Maybe he is as good as he says he is. This hand, I'll keep a close eye on Louisa. She looks confident, but hang on, she's touching her nose and chin. Classic nervous behaviour. I'm onto her. Oh, she's folded. She's lost. So she can't have been cheating, which leaves just one opponent. Surely not Imogen. She doesn't look nervous at all. Next hand, my beady eyes will be glued on her every move.
Well, I never knew how tricky a neighbourhood game of cards could be.
Nope, you just never know who you can trust. Steve, actually, I think I might have the winning cards here.
Hey, well, how do I know you can be trusted, Shay?
I look like the honest type, don't I?
I'm not so sure now. I don't know who I can trust.
I think that's exactly the problem Finley has. So let's get back to the game and see if we can catch the card cheat, shall we?
There's some funny business going on at this card table. I suspect someone's cheating. I've ruled out Jordan and Louisa, leaving Imogen as suspect number 1. Let the bidding begin. There's a lot of chocolate to be won. That's got to tempt our card shark. Any nervous body language yet? She looks a little tense. She's fidgeting with her fingers. She is showing signs of nerves. Whoa! I saw that! She just pulled something out of her back pocket. Give me a look at those cards. Look, everyone. There's an extra 2 of spades. The cheat is Imogen.
That's pretty sharp detective work, Finlay. The way people move their eyes, fidget with their hands, and shrug their shoulders often shows that they might be up to no good. If police can read people's body language, it can help to tell them if a suspect is telling the truth.
As a penalty for cheating, Imogen has to forfeit all her chocolate gold coins. But she is one of the gang, so we'll let her have 1 gold coin. Okay, maybe 2.
The best thing about our community garden is super fresh eggs. I can almost taste that omelette now. What? Someone's stolen our eggs. Nobody gets away with that. Egg poaching is a major crime. And we're gonna solve it. Let's go, Jake. We'll set up our detective HQ in the garden shed. Let's cordon off the crime scene. We don't want anyone coming near the egg collection box. The lock hasn't been broken, so it's an inside job. There's Rosie, who runs the corner shop, and Ronnie Dunlop. He gathers eggs for his hungry family. And Mr. Graham, our eccentric neighbour. So they're our suspects. But which one? Come on, Jake. Let's scour the crime scene. We'll look for anything out of place. A solitary leaf. That qualifies. Let's bag it as evidence. It's not much, but it's the best lead we've got.
The largest leaves in the world belong to the raffia palm. They can grow up to 25 metres long. They can also grow up to 3 metres in width.
Phew.
Back to HQ. Right, let's think. Where did this leaf come from? 2 of our suspects have plots here. Mr. Graham and Ronnie Dunlop. Let's try Mr. Graham's first. If we can find a matching leaf here, we'll know it's him. Nice one, Jake. Similar, but not quite. Hang on, something's coming. Quick, Jake, hide. It's Mr. Graham. Oh, he's just checking his vegetables. Okay, the coast is clear. Hang on, no self-respecting thief would return to the crime scene so soon. So I think we can scratch him off the suspect list, which leaves Rosie and Ronnie Dunlop. So let's check out his plot now. Okay, see if we can find a match to our leaf here. Good. Jake's found one. Close, but not the same. Looks like Ronnie Dunlop's out of the frying pan. That leaves one suspect, Rosie from the corner shop. It's time we paid her a visit.
Sometimes experts are called in to help police identify leaves at crime scenes. Some are well known, other leaves aren't as common. But experts can find out a lot about a leaf by cutting it into tiny pieces, then mushing it up. Once it's been put onto a microscope slide, scientists can look at it under a microscope. And hey presto! They can see all the tiny features that help them work out what sort of leaf it is. Armed with this information, police can catch their culprit, even sneaky egg thieves. I love fresh eggs, particularly when they're scrambled.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see whether Rosie really is the egg thief.
Yeah, me either. But how clever were Alex and Jake? So they managed to clear their eccentric neighbour, Mr. Graham, by deducing that he wouldn't have returned to the garden if he'd just stolen the eggs.
Yep, that's what I call using your powers of deduction. And they used their powers of observation as well.
Yes, they cleared the Dunlop family by observing that their garden plot had no leaves that matched the ones found on the crime scene.
Nifty detective work, huh? At this rate, it won't be long before we find out who the egg stealer is, I'd say.
Excellent.
Oh, shame.
Sorry, Steve, I had to throw it in there. So let's get back to the community garden and see what happens.
Our eggs were stolen from the chicken coop, and we're hoping this leaf will lead us to the thief. We've ruled out Mr. Graham and Ronnie Dunlop, which only leaves Rosie. We need to sneak into Rosie's shop and snoop around for evidence. No one around. Hey, Jake, you go that way. I'll go the other. Whoa! Leaves! I'll just grab a couple. Oh, what's this? Eggs? Since when did Rosie start selling eggs? Come on, back to headquarters fast. Okay, time for some detailed analysis. Well, what do you know? A perfect match. We've solved it. Rosie, you're rumble.
Some forensic work is highly technical, but sometimes it's as simple as comparing one thing to another. And the clincher in this case, not only did Rosie have access to the keys, but the discovery of fresh eggs for sale in her shop proved she had both opportunity and motive. The two vital elements that clever detectives look for when they're solving crimes.
With that egg poaching villain out of the way, there's loads of eggs.
We all have omelets coming out of our ears. I'd call that case closed. Nice one.
Oh, good. Those clever crime solvers found their culprit in the end.
They sure did. But I wonder if Bethany and Morgan will have the same success at their house, because they're in for a big surprise.
Home from our art lesson at last. Oh my goodness! Our house has been totally trashed. Newspapers and cushions everywhere. Even Misty's cat food has been spilt. What could have happened here? Maybe Oscar from next door got in and went psycho. Or maybe Misty went mad. Hey, maybe a burglar got in through an open window. But how are we going to work it out from this mess? I know. Our art lessons might come in handy after all.
The world's oldest bank robber, Red Roundtree, began robbing banks at age 86. He committed 3 robberies, his last at age 91. But he was caught and went to jail every time.
I'm getting all the stuff we need to make a crime scene sketch. Okay. First thing, we'll mark exactly where north is. Just like a map. Now, Morgan, start measuring up the room. We need a plan of where everything is. Table. Thank you. Couch. Windows. It's important to get every detail exactly right. Thanks, Morgan. And that's the kitchen done. So we have our plan. Now we need to draw in anything that was out of place. We'll do them in pink. So there's Misty's food bowl. With the food like that. The cushions, like that. The newspaper lying across the coffee table. And all over the sofa. And Mum's lamb. Like that. Hang on, silly me. Nothing's missing. And there's no sign of forced entry. So we couldn't have been burgled. So that burglar is off the suspect list. Leaving Oscar or Misty. With one less suspect, we're one step closer to solving this messy mystery.
Wow, so it seems like the most important tools a clever crime scene detective can have are a pencil, a ruler and a notepad.
Yep, and just like Bethany and Morgan, you'll also need a compass and a tape measure.
Remember these things and you're well on your way to solving a crime. Then all you need is a sharp pair of eyes.
Or, Shay, better still, 2 pairs of sharp eyes. Let's go back to Bethany and Morgan's crime scene and see if they can find their culprit.
We came in to discover our living room's been totally trashed. So we've sketched the crime scene to help figure out what happened and who did it. Misty the cat or Oscar the dog. Now, let's trace the sequence of events. This is important. Look at how the pellets are fanned out. That tells us that whoever knocked it over was going this way. That means coming from the laundry and heading to the sofa. They flipped the cushions over, clawed across the newspapers, scattering them this way, and then it looks like they took a flying leap towards the lamp. That's where it finished, but it started back in the laundry. Agreed? But Oscar could never fit through here, so he's off the suspect list, leaving only Misty, who must have gone mad and totally trashed the room.
Spot on, guys. Oscar got stuck while chasing Misty, who fled across the living room, eventually colliding with Mum's lamp. Oh, poor Misty. She didn't mean it. She was terrified out of her wits. And amazingly, our clever detectives deduced the entire mishap using an accurate crime scene sketch.
Morgan's decided to have a go at painting our crime scene. He's captured the messiness all right, but I don't think it'll help solving any crime.
I don't know. I think Morgan's a pretty good artist and a clever crime scene investigator.
Yep, and we'll have lots more clever crime scene investigating next time. See you then.